Are you ready to take your snooker skills to the next level? Welcome to the ultimate guide to mastering the art of snooker, where we'll be revealing the secret tips and tricks of the game. Today's journey will take you through the essential techniques that will help you transform your game and become a true master of the green baize. We'll start with the fundamentals, the cornerstone of every great shot, your stance and grip. A solid stance and a relaxed grip can make the difference between a miss and a perfect shot. Then we'll move on to the art of aiming and aligning your shots, the key to pocketing balls with precision. Next, we'll delve into the skill of cue ball control. This is where the magic happens, as you'll learn how to position the cue ball perfectly for your next shot. Finally, we'll talk about the importance of strategy and patience in snooker, and the power of regular practice. Get ready to pot those balls like a pro. A solid stance and grip form the foundation of a great snooker shot, and it's no exaggeration, folks. In the intricate ballet that is snooker, your body is the first dancer to take the stage. So let's get you positioned for success. Firstly, think about your feet. Place them shoulder-width apart, grounding yourself firmly. This gives you stability, a solid base for your shot. Now bend your knees just a smidge. Yes, you heard me right. It's not a deep squat, just a slight bend. This helps with balance and allows you to move fluidly with your shot. Now let's talk about grip, another pivotal element in the snooker equation. It's all about balance here too. Your grip should be firm enough to control the cue, but relaxed enough to allow smooth movements. Think about holding a bird. You want to keep it from flying away, but you don't want to crush it, right? That's the balance we're aiming for. Place the cue on the base of your fingers. This is your fulcrum, your point of control. The cue should rest lightly, allowing you to guide it with precision, not force. Your thumb and index finger play a starring role in this grip. They form a circle, a sort of cradle for the cue. The remaining fingers lend support, lightly touching the cue, ready to spring into action when needed. Remember, your grip isn't set in stone. It'll change subtly with each shot, adjusting to the demands of power and finesse. The key is to stay flexible, adaptable, and there we have it. You're standing tall, grounded, knees slightly bent. Your grip is firm yet relaxed, in perfect balance. You're the embodiment of control, poise, and potential energy, ready to be unleashed on the snooker table. With a solid stance and a firm grip, you're ready to aim your shot. And that, my friends, is where we'll pick up next time. Until then, practice your stance and grip, get comfortable with them, make them second nature. Because in the game of snooker, success begins with you. Now let's talk about aim and alignment. Aiming accurately in snooker is a combination of both science and art. It's about understanding the angles, but also about feeling the shot. It's about precision, but also about intuition. So, how do you perfect your aim and alignment? Firstly, you need to understand the importance of your dominant eye. Yes, that's right, just like you have a dominant hand, you also have a dominant eye. This is the eye you rely on for most of your focused vision. So, when you're lining up your shot in snooker, you want to keep your dominant eye directly above the cue. This helps to ensure that your view of the shot is as accurate as possible. Now let's talk about alignment. Imagine your cue is a laser pointer, projecting a straight line from the cue ball to your target. That line is your alignment. To aim accurately, you need to align your cue with the shot you're about to take. But how do you know where to aim? Well, that's where visualization comes in. Pick a spot on the object ball and visualize a line connecting it to the pocket. This line is your guide, your path to success. Use it to aim your cue and take your shot. Remember, snooker is not just about hitting the balls, it's about hitting them in the right direction with the right amount of force. It's about understanding the geometry of the table and using it to your advantage. Of course, perfecting your aim and alignment is not something that happens overnight. It takes time, practice, and patience. But the more you work on it, the better you'll become. And before you know it, you'll be potting balls with ease, and your opponents will be left wondering how you do it. With a perfect aim and alignment, you're ready to control your cue ball. And that, my friends, is the next step towards mastering the art of snooker. So stay tuned, because there's still plenty more to learn. Controlling the cue ball is the key to snooker mastery. You've heard it before, haven't you? Well, it's more than just a snooker mantra, it's the cornerstone of the game. Let's delve into the mechanics of this. The first thing to understand is that the cue ball's behavior is dictated by where you strike it. Hitting the cue ball above its center imparts topspin, causing it to continue rolling after contact with the object ball. This is ideal when you need the cue ball to travel further down the table. On the flip side, striking the cue ball below its center imparts backspin, causing it to reverse its path after hitting the object ball. This technique, often called a draw or screwback, is your best friend when you want to keep the cue ball closer to the end of the table where you're standing. But what about side spin? Well, that's when you strike the cue ball to the left or right of its center. This causes the cue ball to deviate from a straight line after contact, either to the left or right. It's a handy trick when you need to avoid other balls, or when you want to position the cue ball at an angle for your next shot. Now, mastering these spins is not just about knowing where to strike the cue ball. It also involves understanding the power of your shot. Too much force, and you could lose control of the cue ball. Too little, and you might not get the desired movement. Remember, the essence of cue ball control lies in your ability to accurately predict and influence where the cue ball will end up after your shot. It's a blend of physics, finesse, and a little bit of artistry. And while it may seem daunting at first with consistent practice, you'll soon be manipulating the cue ball like a pro. So, spend some quality time with your cue and the balls. Experiment with different spins and power levels. See how the cue ball reacts. Understand its language. Because when you do, you'll find that you're not just playing snooker, you're orchestrating it. With a controlled cue ball, you're ready to strategize your game. Snooker is a game of strategy. A phrase that resonates with every seasoned player out there. It's not just about taking the shot that's in front of you, but about planning your shots in advance, thinking several steps ahead. It's like a game of chess, but instead of knights and rooks, we have a cue and balls. Every shot you take should be a calculated move, setting yourself up for what's to come. And sometimes the best move isn't necessarily potting a ball. That's right, a defensive shot can be just as effective, if not more. It's about controlling the game, dictating the pace, and forcing your opponent to play by your rules. Remember, snooker is not a sprint, it's a marathon. A well-thought-out strategy trumps a hasty decision any day. So take your time, be patient, and carefully plan your shots. With patience and strategy, you're ready to practice. As with any skill, practice makes perfect in snooker. Now, you might be wondering, how much practice are we talking about here? Well, the answer to that depends on you. The more you practice, the more you refine your abilities. The more you refine your abilities, the more you transform into a snooker master. There's no magic number of hours or days, it's about consistent effort and dedication. Whether it's 20 minutes a day or 2 hours a week, make it a point to spend time at the snooker table. Each session is an opportunity to work on your stance, aim, cue ball control, and strategy. It's a chance to build muscle memory, to get comfortable with different shots and situations, and to develop your unique style and rhythm. Practice isn't just about repetition though, it's about mindful repetition. Pay attention to your shots. Are they going where you want them to go? Are you achieving the spin you're aiming for? If not, adjust and try again. Remember those tips about stance, grip, aim, and strategy? Use them, refine them, make them second nature. And here's another thing about practice. It's not always about the big flashy shots. Sometimes it's about the small subtle moves that make all the difference. It's about learning to read the table and anticipate what's next. It's about recognizing when to go for the pot and when to play a defensive shot. So grab your cue and hit the practice table, not just once or twice, but as regularly as you can. Embrace the journey, the ups and downs, the wins and losses, because that's what practice is all about. It's about becoming better, shot by shot, game by game. Keep practicing and you'll be a snooker master in no time. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Until next time, happy potting.